quantum reality, guys. How is everybody doing today? Good. Hopefully, everybody's doing great. What? There's something that I want you to kind of what is it there? Keep keep aware of, right? Be aware of this. It's that we, as what we call physical human beings or 3D beings, we were given the ability to create meaning to our reality. So reality will always be about giving it a certain meaning. So that's that's the secret to creating your reality in a quantum form. So if we look in the quantum world, right, in quantum physics, there's something interesting that we find about this quantum theory here, or what we call quantum mechanics. And it's interesting that this is fundamental now, and this will definitely help you in getting things going in your life, or creating your desired reality, right? How's everybody doing today? Hey, good morning, manifesting family. Oh, everybody's watching from the Philippines. Hello, everybody. Good to see all you guys here. Happy Sunday. Yes. So I love that higher intelligence, higher self intelligence. That is fascinating. All right, all right. So look, what is life? What is the meaning of your life? Does life have meaning? Does reality have a meaning? These are important questions, because this will set the groundwork for what you per se manifest in your life, or what you create in your life, right? So check this out. When we look at the world of quantum physics or quantum mechanics, we are derived and we are made from these particles of matter, right? And with these particles, they are just events happening. So all reality, everything in reality is a neutral state until we give it meaning. That's right. It means birth, death, illness, sickness. Everything is a neutral state. We give it meaning. So we were designed and created to give meaning to our reality. All right? But keep in mind, everything is neutral. It has no meaning until you give it a meaning. So, if you want to create your life to go in a certain way, what is the meaning to your life? What are you dictating? Is the universe on my side? Do I live in a friendly universe that's designed to serve me? Do I live in a universe that's always against me? See, our beliefs, our actions, our habits, your habit is operating software. Our habits will dictate what our life becomes. So to take charge of your life, and this is really powerful, because check this out. When you can decide that the universe is on your side, you know, then guess what? The universe becomes your side. It becomes on your side. And listen to this. Even the people, even people around you cannot affect that. Anything that happens is going to happen for your benefit when you decide if that the universe is on your side, or if you decide that life is against you. It's just going to turn out that way. Think about that. Isn't that fascinating to know that, man? It's really that simple. Everything that happens in our life, we give meaning to it. Every single thing we give a meaning, man. Everything is neutral, and then it goes deeper than that. So when you look at everything is neutral, it means that you and I, who we are eternal beings. Our energy, your energy can never be created, and it can't be destroyed. The only thing it can do, it can be displaced. It can be transformed. It can transcend. It can go to another place, another dimension, another space-time, Earth, another thing. All this thing is powerful. Is powerful for you to understand. Now look, when you're gonna do this stuff, you're gonna have um. So reality creation is all about fine tuning. So the next part of this stuff is you have to know how to tune into the life you want to achieve. You don't have to really create the life you want to achieve. All you gotta learn to do is tune into that stuff, right? Tune into the life you want to create. So what is tuning, right? Tuning. What is tuning? So okay, tuning is adjusting your body and your mind energy pattern to the energy pattern that you want to experience. That's called tuning. Adjusting the mind and the body's energy pattern to what you want to experience. Keep in mind, remember that whatever you want to experience already exists as an event somewhere out there. It's there. It's right there in this cluster right there. And all you have to, when you attune to it, then we use the law of what we call electromagnetic frequencies, electromagnetic spectrum that will bring it in, and hence you get to, like, do the thing, experience the thing you want. See how, so the thing is now, how do you stay in alignment, right? How do I stay in alignment with all of this stuff? And that's the key to all of this. Look, whenever you get something in your life and it's something good and you want it, you are in alignment to receive it. See that you don't really have to go create it, right? People think I gotta go create this stuff. No, you don't do any of that. Then that comes into the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is a part of your mind that projects your reality. It has billions of functions, infinite functions that you and I aren't even aware of. But the most predominant function your subconscious mind is really good at, it's really good at forming habits. I call your habits your operating software. It's really good at watching what you do methodically and then grabbing that and then sticking it as a program and have you run it or repeat it. Now, remember now, in order to get to the subconscious, you have to use what? The conscious. We have to master the conscious mind. Mastering the conscious mind is about your attention, right? Or remember I talk about, say, your currency. Currency is your attention. And what a lot of people, they haven't developed the ability to pay attention. Think about that. What do I mean by that? You say, well, man, I pay attention. No. You're paying unconscious attention. I'm talking about paying attention to what you want. Most of our attentions are on what we don't want. Hence, we're going to attract, right, or tune into more of those things. So that's something that you can cultivate. And look, the reason why our attention isn't on what we want is because we were conditioned that way. We were taught that way. I mean, you've seen it from your parents. When you came into this world, you already see the struggle and all that stuff happen. So your brain adapted and say, okay, this is the way it's going to keep me safe. I have to always look for danger, and that's why we focus on what we don't want, because the brain is always trying to protect and safeguard. So when you can tune your attention to what you do want, then that's when the good stuff start happening, right? All right, yeah, there's no bad questions. Okay. So someone says, by being in perfect harmony with your subconscious mind. Yep. It's now the next component is, yeah, someone just said it, harmony. You have to learn to be in harmony with your desires. So I'm sure you guys hear about the law of assumption, right? What is the basis of the law of assumption? Listen to the word assume. To assume something is already yours. It's like an expectation. But the true meaning of the law of assumption, it should be called the law of harmony. And because everything has to have, you have to be in harmony with everything you want to create. Think about this, guys. Look at the trees and you and I. This is an example of harmony. Okay, it's called a symbiotic relationship. Okay, we inhale what the trees feed us, which is oxygen. Okay, and then we exhale what the trees need, which is what? Carbon dioxide. So we give carbon dioxide, the trees take the carbon dioxide, use photosynthesis, they create oxygen for us. It's called a symbiotic relationship. We're feeding each other. The universe works in symbiotic relationships. You give something, you get something. So what do you give? You give your attention, okay, and you give what you want in the mental, and then when you give that to the universe reverberates back to give that back to you as physical experiences. Harmony. Everything is harmonious. They have to be light, dark, right? Called duality. Does that make sense? Hey, Shishi, thank you. Love your husband and I love your videos. Thank you. Sure. Okay. But I just asked if anyone knows a site where we can record our affirmations over theta wave tracks. This you can check that out on your various um, either Apple, iPhone, or what is it, Android devices. They can help you. More. I love that map of reality experience. I definitely love that map of reality experience. Right. More. That's a great analogy. How do you stay alignment in time? Yes, alignment in, well, just use the word, just stay alignment, because time is relative to the observer. But there's always this moment of time happening right now. So you stay aligned by what you put your attention on and what you focus on. Now look, the thing is, okay, when you and I got here, when you came here. Now, all right, I want to make it simple so you can understand this here. All right. Let's say you take a trip, right? If you take a trip to say you take a trip to a foreign country, right? That, like, just like every country have their rules and laws, right? So if you go to a foreign country, there are certain rules and laws you have to abide by. You have to bring certain things that will adapt to it. For example, if in the U.S., and let's say you go to England, the current they use over there is a little different. It has more high velocity current. So if you bring your charge over there, they have to have an adapter to put it in. Hence, likewise. So they use a different type of ohm system, right? So you have to be able to adapt to that, correct? So if you ever traveled, you can be aware of that okay, in Europe, they have more, the way they put the charge power is a little different than in the US. And when you get there, if you don't know that, then you'll be shocked, like, dang, I have the wrong charger, right? Because in their land, in their reality, they adapted and created that, and you're the visitor there, right? And guess what? So when you came to Earth, you were a visitor here. So you have to adapt to this environment, and you needed something to adapt. Just like you go over the charger, they have this charger port that you can plug in, and it'll convert yours to theirs. What adapts you on this planet is your conscious ego, is the conscious mind. It developed. So it developed to interact with the perceived physical land. That's why you have an ego, a conscious mind. So while it did its job to do that, it has a downfall, and the downfall is it cannot get you what you fully want, because it's very limited. Okay, so this is why people may say, well, it's difficult to create, Mark. Well, it's not difficult, it's distracting, because your ego is always in the picture. Does that make sense? All right. Yep, we do live in a multifaceted universe. Hey, salute from California. How you doing there? Thank you so much. You've taught me so much through the years. I'm super grateful for you, Mark. Thank you, guys. Grateful for you guys. You guys are always here supporting, getting knowledge and information, which is always excellent. So, since you're here now, right, and you're in this, what we call, it's no longer a universe now. We live more like in a multiverse. So, while you're here on this planet, you have to adapt to the planet's system of way of things, and that's what your ego did. Now, with that being said, once you become awakened or enlightened, because most people will become that, because each person has a destiny, I want to say a job to do when they come here, and they're going to get this aha moment. And when they become enlightened, they're going to start to see through the veil. They're going to see through the veil. So what happens when you see through the veil is you start to excel in your understanding and awareness of different stuff. You know, there are different levels of consciousness, right? Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6. About 6 levels of consciousness. I'm gonna go through them real quick. Level 1 is just the energy of the awareness. Level 1 is the lowest, level 6 the highest. Level 2 is just awareness of just rocks, plants, everything. Level 3 is us, human consciousness, right? Level 4 is the next level up. That's where you get highly enlightened, attuned. A level 4 would where you would see those monks, or those, you know, that they have that level 4, they can control a lot of stuff with their mind and body. Level 5 now, it is just really where it gets really tricky. Level 5 now is the ability where you can be aware. You have the same thing as the monks, but you could also do astral projection. You can actually remote view it. And level 6 is where now you actually in a channeling state, where you have a higher intelligence actually interacts with your mind and just starts talking through you, and you just start talking stuff that you had no knowledge or awareness of. You're being used as a conduit, and that level is the universal intelligence. So there are all those different levels, and each person can attain those levels. But to attain those levels, you first have to what? Disassociate from the ego. You have to be a master of your conscious mind. You have to master the what? The ego. It's not your amigo mind. Once you can master the ego mind, then these new levels of awareness comes into you. And this is the secret to where you can manifest stuff easily, like when you win the lottery consistently and all that stuff. Like there's just so many stuff that you can, you know, it's really trippy. It's just trippy stuff, man. It's really fascinating, and you can do it over and over again, many times. You see how that works? Does here stop the conduction of energy? Is that my monks so bald? Well, okay. So the reason why monks shave their heads is because, remember, the third eye is located right here, okay, and it radiates energy above here. So when they shave their head, it's more ability to absorb the energy from outside. When they have their hair, it creates static and it blocks a little bit of. But when they shave their head, it's a signal of total connection. That means they can get everything that's coming in. That's why monks shave their head. It's a symbolism as well as some science to it, right? Doesn't mean you have to go shave your head. You don't have to be a monk. I'm just showing you. You can manifest with a whole bunch of long hair and all that stuff. It doesn't really matter. But these are for individuals who just want to get on the next heightened level. They keep their heads like shaved like that. It's a practice to be connected. That's why they do it. Because remember the head. People don't understand the head. It radiates heat. Heat comes in, and also vitamin D, the sun. The more surface level you can get vitamin D, more ability to create these serotonin, that you can get more knowledge. And that's why you see the monks always outside, and they're outside so much in the sun that their head becomes. You can see the shave mark becomes dark, has a sunspot on it, because they spend so much time out there absorbing the energy of the sun, the photons. The photons go right into their head. It stimulates the third eye, activates it more, gives it more energy. They get more knowledge and understanding. So that's why they have their head shaved. On astral travel, well, I made a video on astral travel, but a little bit detail on astral travel. But everybody astral projects. I'll talk about it a little bit. You do it every night. Did you know that? Most of you do it unconsciously. The ones that are kind of like on the next level of consciousness, they do it consciously. Now, you can go into the astral realm on this planet, or you can go to the astral realm on another planet that looks like this, parallel Earth, or another one. But let's talk about this planet. Let me give you an example of how powerful this is. So there was a young lady, right? And not too long ago, she reached out to me, and she was telling me about her astral projection experience and how she does it all the time. And I have another young lady that connects with and emails me, and she has on that, whenever she goes to the astral realm, a voice will talk to her and tell her stuff, and when she comes back, the voice stays with her. And she avoided 3 accidents on time. The voice told her not to do that, not to do that, not to go there, not to go where, and boom, she did it. And the voice would always tell her what was coming or what's happening. But let me show how powerful the astral realm is. So this lady, she's like, hey Mark, I've been astral traveling since I was a kid. So she's one of those ones that they are aware of it. I know many of you out there. People are scared of change. They know what it is, so they fear it. But science is just catching up to this. They're not even sure what this is yet. They're just getting there. This has something to do with consciousness and the traveling. But let me show you what happened. So she was like, listen, I met this person in the astral realm, and this person was also astral projecting. So both of them were astral projecting on different parts of the earth. She lived in, where was it? I think she was in Wisconsin, right? And the person she met was in Dublin, Ireland. And when she went into the astral realm, she met both of them, the dude and her. And they decided, let's, okay, this is real. Let's meet somewhere in the U.S. A few months later. I think where did they meet? It was it was here in Florida, right? It was in Orlando, and I think it was 6 months later. And then when they decided to meet, voila, it was the same individual, same guy, same girl. They identified themselves, the same person they saw in Astron was the same person they each other met. So how can you explain that? Well, you can't. I mean, even in quantum physics, the closest we can come to explaining that is the use of quantum entanglement. That information is always connected, and somehow you send a telepathic message, and they received it, and da da da. But as far as we can go, it's a speculation. But these things are real, and they're happening every day, and it's a part of your experience to have these things. These are always these are you have these gifts or abilities. I don't even call them a gift anymore. I just call them a part of you. A gift is something you have to like get or develop. This is a natural part. This is coded in your DNA. But a lot of stuff we do dummy it down, right? Someone asked me how to manifest what? A winning house in a competition as like Omaze. Anything you're going to manifest, you got to always project it, expect it, let it go. Project it means see it in the mind, visualize it, write it down, and then let it go as if it's gonna come in. All right. I find the science helps you grow and provide clarity. It's not a Santa Claus. That's correct. That's why I like to use the science and the physics when I do my teachings, because I want to show people both sides of the spectrum. Okay. Can I ask myself, my future self, for the lottery number by time jumping? Yes, you can. Matter of fact, that is the next thing now, the lottery thing. Now, what is this? So look, this is my lottery tickets right here. So in this tickets, these are ones I kind of won. So in here, I have 3 tickets that I have to go claim at the lottery office. So you know, it's over $1,000. So I have 3 of these right now. This is what I checked today. So I have one ticket in here. It was 2,500. I have another one here, 1,500, and the other one is 4,200 bucks. All in here. So when I get time, I'm going to go to the lottery office and cash these in. I'll probably keep them for another month. I don't know. Maybe how I feel, I go cash them in. But this happens to me all the time. And it goes into the future self and what we call the parallel jumping thing. So what this you do is you have to, for this to work for you, you have to understand, right? This is crucial. This is crucial here. This is not for someone. That's why I recommend read my book. Go get my book. Manifest the lottery using quantum physics. How to win the lottery using quantum physics. It's on Amazon. It's on my website. It was the bestseller in August and June, and then they sent me a message. It was the bestseller again in November and December on Amazon. I always recommend the book because it's the blueprint. I always say this. You guys know I don't be pushing or selling my products like go. But if you hear me saying this, this is something, a useful tool. So it's all in the book. But I'll go ahead and give you a quick summary. All right, I gotta see. I have to put this in a way so everyone can understand. I can't be this guy that just talks in these big languages and physics, and so you're like, okay, what is he saying? I want to bring it down to human level understanding. All right, so let's go with this. All right, how can I put this so you can understand? All right, here it is. Everything that I can imagine, that you can imagine right now, is and has already happened. Okay, let me break it down. When I win these lotteries, and when I won the lottery, and when I win the lottery, it's not something I created. It's something that I'm catching up to that has already happened. This is why I can go and see these numbers, because these numbers were never created. These numbers were never created. I didn't create these numbers. These numbers are already there. It's like I'm jumping into a future self that's already here. So what's happening is, the reason it looks like I'm seeing the future, because the future doesn't exist, is because of one thing. It's because of how my mind processes information. So the minute I decided I wanted to win the lottery, that already happened. The minute you decide you want to win the lottery, it already happened. The minute you decide you want a house, it already happened. Anything that you decide is not random. Anything that you have in your desire, it's not random. It's something that already happened. You were just like have amnesia and you're waking up to remember it. So everything is already predestined and already pre-planned. That's going to scare a lot of people. Like, man, I don't have free will. Well, you do have free will, because you have the ability to decide to go there or not to go there. But the overall plan, if it's in your mind, it has something that's already been happened. So let's use the example of the lottery. Someone asked me, here's the lottery, how can I future self? So if you're someone that's thinking about future self jumping into the lottery, you've already won the lottery. It's already there. Otherwise, that information or that desire can never come into your heart. There's many people here that have no desire to win the lottery, and that's fine, because that wasn't a part of their plan. There are many people here who have a desire to win the lottery. And check this out. And maybe somebody could be watching this video and they never had the desire to win the lottery, but after watching this video, they have the desire to win the lottery. Guess what? That was also pre-programmed into them. Guess what? There's also many people here who are watching this video and that have never decided to win the lottery, and this video didn't change them, and they have still decided not to win the lottery because that wasn't a part of their plan. They had other ways that they're going to bring the money, or the universe, their higher self chose other ways for them. The point is, once you decide something, it's already happened. Now the key now is for me to tap into and sneak peek and get the numbers for that I've already won. And this is where it comes into using what? The alignment, the visualization, the meditation, and talking to my higher self. Higher self will send me the information and say, okay, hey, Mark, here's this thing that's already happened for you. So here, go ahead. These numbers pop in, and you write them down, and you go play them, and you'll win. Cynthia Stafford did the same thing. Timothy Schultz did the same thing. They all seen these numbers. Cynthia Stafford seen the amount. It's not like she predicted it. It had already happened. She just caught up to her future self, per se. That's the easiest way I can make this sound. Hopefully this made sense for you guys. See how it works? All right. Yes, because it's already for you, right? Yep. I'm about to win the lottery big time. Then okay, there it is. So that's how it works. Hey Mark, did your 1768 come in yet? There was a 6. The one that came in was a 6768. It came in the other day. One of those I posted up. It just came out a couple days ago. It was like 4 months ago I saw it, but it came out. So, okay, if you were here, anything I just said in that, right? I just said that, guys, that if you can dream it and you can see it, you shall achieve it. That's basically what I just said. It's already predestined and planned for you ahead of time. You just got to get yourself aligned with that, right? Okay, we have a comment. In my dream, a person bought a ticket just after me and won the jackpot. What does that mean? So here's another tip about dreams. Remember when you're dreaming stuff, who is the dreamer? You. Anybody in your dream that's doing something in reference to what you want is a representation of you. So if you're in your dream and somebody else won the lottery, it's not you. It's you that won it. Your dream is just using a representation. So, okay. So people say, man, I had a dream, but this guy won. No, it's you. Your dream uses representation to you. My alignment comes and go. How to stay in alignment? Alignment always comes and go. You can never be in alignment all the time because we're constantly fluctuating in realities. So it's quite normal for your alignment to go up and down. But when it comes to what you want, you will definitely get on point and be aligned. Right. See how it works? You got to dream big. That's correct, right? Where does indecisiveness come from? Okay, indecisiveness comes from two things. It comes from the ego and it comes from your subconscious. So let me talk about the ego. The indecisiveness comes from the ego because the ego cannot believe or find it hard to do. So that's where you get indecisive. It comes from the subconscious now because the subconscious has a map that I'm not worthy and I don't deserve this. So therefore you don't try to entertain it. So that's why so many individuals, when it comes to dreaming big, they have a difficulty dreaming big. So they settle because their mind is comfortable with what they think they can achieve. But if they only knew that they can achieve anything, that anything and everything is possible, nothing is impossible. And if they can understand that, then they can open up different levels of their consciousness and awareness. So I always say dream big and just use it as imagination. Don't dream big with a need, dream big with a desire to feel good. When you dream big with a desire to feel good, it opens up that you don't have any resistance. But if you dream big with a desire to need it, you're going to create resistance because you don't need anything. See how it works? Manifestation, when your manifestation is going to come through, just like everything else, there's always going to be signs. Before something manifests or something comes into your reality, there's always a sign. You just haven't seen it. You have to look. So some keen signs that your desires are going to come through is the repetition of your desires. You'll see more of your desires around you. You'll hear more about them. You might have dreams about them. Your feelings will start to change. You'll just start to feel more relaxed, feel more aligned. You won't feel stressed or pressured. You'll feel like there's a change coming. You feel like something big has happened. Those are signs, synchronicities, numbers, particular numbers, depending on your sign, will start to talk to you, will start to fluctuate. Sevens, eights, twos, threes. These are signs. Also, the other ones is a lot of ups and downs, what I call glitches. Seems like a lot of bad stuff happens. It's not bad stuff. Remember, everything is neutral until we give it meaning. And what's behind all of this is whenever something's going to come in your 3D, there's going to be a fluctuation of energy disruption, energy distortion. And this distortion is going to show up in these ways. That's your body's going to pick them up, the mind is going to pick them up. And when you're aware of these signs and you can relax, you know it's going to come. See that? Right. Sometimes I'm apprehensive to check my numbers. Is it bad? Yes. That's not. You want to work on that. You should never be apprehensive. You should never be nervous to check your numbers. It's showing that you're still too connected to it. Checking your numbers should just be like, okay, like a robot. It happens, it happens. It doesn't happen, I know it's going to happen. That's it. Now, there's nothing wrong with being a little bit excited to know that, okay, now if you're checking your numbers with a positive excitement, like, oh man, it could be this one, that's fine. But if you're checking it because, oh man, I don't want to lose, then that's, you want to work. That means you're kind of attached. The way to, when you're not attached is, when you check your numbers, yeah, you're there with the ticket, checking the ticket. You know it's a possibility that you got millions of dollars on that ticket. Of course, you're going to have some emotions, but you don't get to the point where you're kind of like scared and like, oh man, I don't want to lose, because that's what you're putting out to the universe. I always say, guys, most people, they play not to lose. You have to play to win. There's a difference. This is with lottery and with life. Most people play in a comfort zone. They don't like to take the risk. No risk, no reward, man. Calculated risk. You gotta be calculated risk, right? No calculated risk, no reward. See how it works? The thing is this. Whenever, okay, the biggest thing to create anything in life is the intention of it. When you intend, that's what I want. When you make a decision, that's what I want. That's what I desire. That's when the universe rushes to help you. Look, the thing about the universe is this. The universe is really connected to optimistic people. That's the universe's favorite people. People who are optimistic. Why? Because the universe is optimism in a natural state. The universe is abundance. The universe loves people that see the glass half full instead of half empty. What else the universe like? The universe like people who are open-minded. The universe loves people who dream big. The universe loves people who believes in themselves, who don't doubt, who sees as possible. Because once you do that, then the universe says, hey man, I could show you my true power because I want to show you what you have. So this is why I always teach and always talk about you have to be open-minded and you have to be an optimist. And when you open-minded optimist, that's why I say you have to be a little bit, right? A little bit what? You gotta dream a little bit big with your dreams. You have to be that way. So when the universe meets an optimistic person, the vibration changes, and that person or that individual will have more of what they want. Because remember, I told you before, I said this. I said everything is neutral in a state. When a person's optimistic, they're seeing their reality as best case scenarios. They always have hope. They always see possibilities, and the universe has no choice but to reverberate back that to them because they are the ones who are creating their reality. So if you're someone who's optimistic, great. If you're someone who's not optimistic, I suggest you start learning to be optimistic because it's going to change your life. I suggest you start having the possibility. I suggest you start believing in yourself. I suggest you start having an open mind. Stop judging. Because when you start to do that, that's when the universe will show you the power you have. Unfortunately, the universe is infinite, so it works on both sides of the spectrum. When you're not an optimist, when you're always thinking bad stuff, what happens? You always get bad stuff. We all know that. It's the universe doing its thing. It's giving you exactly what you want. But it particularly loves to give you the positive stuff because it makes you feel good and it puts you in alignment with your true purpose. When you get the bad stuff, that's what the universe gives you because that's what you're feeling. Does that make sense? Right. Whatever you put out, right. Herbert says it best. Whatever you put out, that is what you get. Why do miserable rich people get richer? All right. That has to do with their subconscious mind. Individuals who are very wealthy, have lots of money, or they're people very successful, and they can be the worst personality, the worst, meanest person, but they still get what they want. It has nothing to do with their personality. Oh, I'm nice. It has to do with their subconscious program. So people who are rich or you say miserable and get lots of money, because in their subconscious mind, they've somehow convinced their subconscious mind that it's natural and easy for them to get money. So they will always get money. It has nothing to do with how they talk or treat people. It's what happens in their subconscious. That's why you could have someone who does really bad stuff, but they're always being successful. So you could have someone who does really good stuff and they're never successful. It's their subconscious mind. So the point is, it's yes, you have to be a good person and help people. That will help you. But you also have to get your subconscious mind on board. You see how it works? The subconscious mind does not differentiate. It doesn't pick. It doesn't know. So there's your answer. So if you ever wonder why some of the meanest people have all the money and why this person's a jerk, but he drives a nice car, he got the nice house, he has everything he wants, but he's such a jerk, well, it's his subconscious mind. Somehow he convinced his subconscious mind that it is. You can do the same thing. It's all about what you put into the subconscious. The personality determines what you can what you manifest, and it can manifest your end. Yes, so there's two types of personality. You have an external personality, you have an internal personality. The internal personality is the map of reality in the subconscious. That's what will determine what you'll get. The external personality is the personality as your facade, as your representation, as your ego. It determines who you interact with and some people. So they're both important, but if you want to get to the point, the most important one is the one in the unconscious mind, because there are people that could be jerks and they don't care and they do people wrong and they still make money and they still do all this stuff. Right? There are people who can be nice, but they have a faulty map in their subconscious and they don't get the reward they deserve. Now, there's hope there, because here's something about the universe. The universe is a self-correcting code. So, the person who's nice, okay, and they're not getting what they want, it's not going to be that way forever. One day the table will turn. They will get what they want because they're putting out what? Good intentions. And the universe will reward good intentions through what we call cause and effect. So it's somewhere down the line they'll get back what they put in. And that person who's mean and da da da, they're making all this money right now, even though their subconscious mind is giving them all the money in the world. If they continue that way, somewhere down the line they're gonna get back what they put out. So you see how everything just comes together. So no one really gets away. It's just a temporary thing. So that guy who's a jerk and miserable, even though he have a lot of money, if he continues his personality that way, down the line, it's gonna come back at him. So the point is, guys, look, if you want to be the perfect, not the perfect, but if you want to make this stuff work for you, just have the two minds. Be a good person, be a kind, be considerate, stop judging, and then have the same thing in your unconscious mind. The motto is do unto others as you'd like done unto you. That's it, simple motto. Just when you see someone, put yourself in their position. Would I be doing that to myself? Would I like someone to do that to me? And then you will know where you're at. And that's the universe rewards that. You know, I know it sounds cheesy and it sounds like my mom been telling me this, but it's the truth. People call it karma, cause and effect. It's the truth. We see it all the time. All right. Can you give me some tips on releasing weight? Yes. So, first thing about this is, okay, guys, you have to know your body type. And then you have to get a plan that's designed for your body type. You have ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph. Go look those up and see which one you are. Ectomorph, mesomorph, endomorph. Ectomorph is an example of me. Very thin wrists, slim, very slim shoulders, toned up, hard to put on weight. Me, that's me. Body type, I have to eat a lot just to get some weight. Very fast metabolism. That's an ectomorph. Has a hard time putting on a lot of muscle. Ectomorph. Mesomorph is the middle, more athletic, easy to put on muscle, but they can put on weight. Mesomorph, ectomorph, mesomorph. Endomorph is the one with a little big bone. So once you discover, okay, this is my body type, then you will know, okay, what fuels the food that I can take that can help me to release more weight. So once you discover that, then you go into the plan. And the plan is you visualize, okay, what would I look like at my ideal weight? Okay, that's number one. Number two, write down what it would look like, how it feel like. Write a journal, like today I release such and such. See yourself in that, and then guess what will happen? Your own subconscious mind will actually change your eating habits and your appetite. It will make you it will start to convert your body into the type you want to become. There are subliminals you can use to release weight as well that can help. But along with doing all these things, knowing your body type, food sources, that's when you can release the weight. Most people don't even know this. Everyone tries this. The same thing don't work for everyone because all of us have different body types. That's just who you are. This is how we're made up. Hi, Mark. Visualizing having lots of money. Nice job. Visualized and applied. What? Applied, got rejected. Okay, so whenever you get rejected for something, guys, every rejection is for protection. Every disappointment is for good. It just means that there's something better down in the pipeline for you. You can't see it yet. Now, here's the problem with this. Your mind doesn't buy that. Your ego will fight you. Will say, man, I really wanted that. But guys, look, I can tell you so much times that I've been through this stuff. And I thought I wanted it and it wasn't what I wanted. And I got rejected. It didn't work out the way. And guess what? Down the line, man, something better was there. And I was like, man, from now on, I just learned to trust. So just learn to trust the universe. Relax. It's okay. Every rejection is for a protection. Something better. Guarantee something better is there for you. You just got to keep going. It's important that you don't stop. Do not give up. Yes, stop and rest, but don't give up. Keep going. Because when you keep going, you are what? You are imprinting. You're imprinting the subconscious. You're telling the universe, this is what I want. And the universe has no choice but to send it back to you. But when you give up and you stop, it's like, okay, I don't want it anymore. It's going to stop. If it's your golden dreams, don't stop. Keep going. That's right, I said this. World Burger, you watch my videos. There's no such thing as failure. It's only feedback. Rejection is a new direction. Exactly. Feedback, rejection is for protection. Disappointment is for a good. These are, see, now you get it. See how you make meaning to your reality? And that's what's going to become your world. If you're getting a job interview or you're getting something and you got disappointed and you say, man, damn, man, this wasn't meant for me. It's not working out. I'm always not getting what I want. Guess what? You're always going to get not what you want. But if you have the mind mentality like, okay, it happens. But you know what? This only means there's something better coming up. Guess what? Something better is going to come up. Mark, why is all this? Because you are the creator of the awareness of your own world, man. You give power to your life with your tongue. You're the one that will give you blessing, and you're the one that will curse your own self based on what you think and what you say. People don't understand this. There is nobody in this game but you. Everybody around you are just pawns and players, and they are just actresses and co-stars. It's you. You're the one. And you may look around and think, oh, all these external situations. No, it's not. It's you, my friend. Based on your belief and your expectation and what your mind chatter is, that's what you're going to create. That's the big lesson here. That's why I say create your quantum reality. Look at the world of quantum physics. Look at molecules. Look at particles. They go in and out of existence. They pop in, they pop out. They do things. Things happen. They don't care. They're just creating. All of this is just pawn in a play. It's all happening. We now, because we have intelligence, we can give meaning to it. And when you give meaning to something, the particles will change and adapt to the meaning, because those particles have a level 2 conscious awareness. They are aware of the observer, and they have to present what the observer observes or what the observer sees or imagines to come in. They have no choice but to create that, to manifest it. Why is that? Because they are connected to the observer. They are part of the observer. The observer is the painter. It's a blank canvas. When you think of something in your head and you paint it, your hands paint it, you send signal to your brain, the brain sends signals to the hands, and you draw out what you want. Who did that? You did that. So you have to understand and realize that every time I'm doing something and I get rejected, you never got rejected. You never got, it's impossible to be rejected. That's the mind telling you that you never failed in your life. You can never fail in your life. You never die. You can never die in your life. People say, okay, Mark, now you're going crazy on this one. What do you mean you can't die? You cannot. Your body, the physical body will go. But the awareness, you are the awareness. You know that, right? Do you know that the mind and the body is not you? You're renting it. I'm renting this. You're renting your body. You pay rent. You don't own it. One day it's going to decay. So you always rent. You move from this place to another place to another place. The awareness can never die. The awareness will go something. So the only thing that you ever know is life. One day you're here, the next day you're going to be somewhere else. You won't even remember this lifetime. And then another one, another one, another one, another one. Yeah, your friends and family will mourn you and be sad, but if they know the truth, they'll probably be rejoicing too. They'll be happy. They'll be like, yes, he lived a great, marvelous life. She did a great, she lived her life on her terms. He did what he's supposed to do. So this is encouragement for all of you to live your life without fear now, because now you know there's nothing to fear. Fear is an illusion. Death is an illusion. All this stuff, I used to fear all this stuff when I was a kid or younger. I used to fear that stuff, but now it makes you fearless. You have a new perspective on life. You have a new perspective on living, on happiness. Now you do things because you understand, like, man, this is what I have to do. This is the truth. Let me live it. Let me live it up. Let me do it. Let me be in the present moment. See that? Most people, many people fear death, man. And the reason why they fear death, listen, this is so trippy. Everybody that's born, they know they must die. And why can't they accept it? You know that, right? We all know that inherently, that we're born to die. Point blank. Now I'm saying this because I want to show you the big picture, to show you that who you truly are. But if you understood or understand that you are aware of what the mind is saying and you're aware of what your body is feeling, that's who you truly are. You're one unified field of consciousness. You're just existing on this point. Now that Mark, as Jessica, Sarah, Paul, Peter, John, whatever. When you decide to move on to the next level, your awareness will leave this body, this vessel, goes back out to the field of unified consciousness. Then it decides, okay, I'm going to come back reincarnated here, or maybe, you know what, let me go to this parallel earth, let me go here, there. See the point I'm showing you guys? The big picture is start living your best life. Someone says electrons are negative. Yeah, you have electrons and positrons. Positrons are when the universe began, you had two forces, antimatter and matter. So the fact that electrons are negative doesn't mean it's negative. It's just a meaning of the different frequency tones. So it has nothing to do with being a negative thing. It's just a meaning science gives to it. So you gotta look at bigger picture. Right. It literally has no meaning. You give meaning to it. You got it right, man. Someone says this world sucks. No, the world doesn't suck. It's your interpretation of the world that sucks. That's right. You are spirits walking around in suits in a human body. You have the ability to change your own world by what you think and what you focus on. Now look, there's the mind. There's the mind now. So don't get it wrong. You're gonna have instances where the mind is going to say some bad stuff to make you feel it. So your body's going to break down at certain times. You're going to have health issues. It all happens to all of us. It's natural. But how you respond to those things, how you perceive those things. If you can't change the situation, change how you feel or how you see the situation. And the situation will eventually change. That's how this manifesting stuff works. That's how the law of assumption, law of attraction works. It's all about your perception and your unique way of believing what your life is worth. What do you expect for yourself? That's what you gotta ask yourself. Every day you get up in the mirror, go in the mirror, man. Look in the mirror and look at yourself in the mirror and says, what do I expect of John, of Mark? And then see what comes into your head. And a lot of you are gonna see some not so nice stuff because your mind gonna say, you know, but that's the awareness now that, man, I need to change this stuff, man. I can't be having this like under negative or just limited mindset. See that? This mindset was planted into you by someone else. Like you're walking around with someone else's clothes on, and it's weird. It's like heavy on you, man. You have your own clothes on, then you put someone else's suit on. You have like 10 different suits and dresses on right now. That's not even yours. And what I mean by that, those are other people. You got your grandmother's dress, your father's clothes. I'm using an analogy of their beliefs, and they're all weighing you down. You have no idea. This is why most people are out of alignment, because they have so much different personalities and beliefs that they're indecisive. They don't even know who they are. They don't know which one to pick, because they got all this corruption from the matrix, from their parents and the beliefs and all this stuff. But listen, let me give you a tip. If you want to find out your true belief, go in the mirror and ask yourself, what do I expect for my life? And you're going to get a picture, and you're going to get some voices talking to you. Because now your subconscious is going to tell you what it has stored for you. And then you'll be like, wow, damn. Then you can change it. See how simple that is? It's the reprogramming of the mind. How can you manifest if you eat meat or dairy? You can again, listen to what I'm saying to you. Again, everything is neutral until you give it meaning. So if you eat meat and dairy and you think you can't manifest, you're not going to manifest. I know people who eat tons of meat and tons of dairy, and they're millionaires right now, and they manifest every day fully, abundantly, all the time. Eating tons of meat and dairy, in their mind, doesn't care. See what I'm showing you? If you're a vegetarian, it's working for your body, keep going. It's working for you. Guys, the world is neutral. Nothing matters. We give meaning to things in our own matter. In your life and in your world, you give meaning to what resonates for you. Just like your own body is unique. Every individual's body here is unique. Your DNA, every single person's DNA is not exactly the same. The overall blueprint is, but there are certain things in your DNA that will never be in someone else's DNA. It's your unique blueprint. That means you have to find something that uniquely works for you. Because you see Jack or Jill or Bill or Mark over here doing that, and you try to do it. The reason why it doesn't work for you because your DNA isn't replicated for that. You have to find your way. It's a blueprint. Use it and then put it in your own words and your own meanings. This is how it works with manifesting, man. The, the ones who get it knows that this is all a blueprint, and I just got to match my unique to it. I got to take some of all the stuff he's teaching me and I got to apply it to my own unique way. That's those the ones that get that, that's when the ones that are going to be successful. You got to understand how your body works. Follow it, watch it. It's automated. There's people out here who would love to release weight. There are people out here who want to put on weight and they can't put on weight because their body just isn't made to do it like that. But they'll force it. See what I'm showing you? So just watch your unique body and work with it, because that's just in your cells how you program. Same thing with manifestation, people. That's right. Someone says it here. Who's this? Kristen says, you got to find what works for you. And that's why you experiment. Fasting. Fasting works for everyone. I always recommend intermittent. I intermittent fast. That's how I live my life. Sometimes I have 1 meal a day, but more likely I eat 2 meals a day. Highly recommend it. Takes time to build your body to it, but it does work. Power of fasting. If you want to take your manifestation game next level, fast. Intermediate fast, man. Intermittent fasting, man. For beginners, just easy. Just make sure your last meal is not after 5 o'clock. Don't eat anything else. I've been doing it for years and I have tremendous benefits. Okay, the body, let me show you something. In your cells, right now your cells are dividing as we speak. Okay? You're so marvelously made that everybody has cancer cells right now. All of us comes. But you'll never know it because your body is so unique. It has this defense mechanism that creates what's called apoptosis. Apoptosis is when the cell commits suicide. So what the body does is when it sees an abnormal cell growing like a cancer cell, the body tells the cancer cell, die. And the cancer cell dies. It's called apoptosis. When you intermittent fast, okay, what the body does, when the body senses it doesn't have food or nourishment, it goes into a mode and alerts the body that we need to eat. So what the cells do, the first thing the cells start to eat is the junk. It starts to eat those cancer cells. It starts to eat the fat cells. It starts to eat the toxic cells. And then when it does that, those cells get converted and thrown out. And guess what the body does? The body starts to renew every few hours. So the more you intermittent fast, your body actually regenerates. That's just one benefit. The other benefit now, how about the gut? The serotonin, the dopamine, the endorphins, they start to create more. How about the next level? The mind, the brain. More oxygen, less toxins, pineal, they all open up. You always keep a nice body weight. That's the power of intermittent fast, man. You constantly renewing your body. Go research it and see it. And I'll show you the most powerful point about intermittent fasting. Let me show you something else. Okay, let's get a little deep here. Breakfast. You know that was invented by the Matrix. There's no such thing as getting up every day and you should have breakfast. Let me show you what I mean. You should gotta eat eggs, bacon, and all that. You eat when you feel like eating. You eat when you're hungry. Breakfast was invented by cereal companies to make billions of dollars. Say, hey, you gotta get up. You gotta have your first meal in the day. It's breakfast. Here's what it means. Break fast. It's a fast. It's the first meal of your fast. If you get up at 10 and you're hungry, you break your fast. If you get up and you're not hungry till 1 o'clock, that's when you eat. That's your break fast. That's breakfast. See that? So they made this stuff up for you. You gotta eat this 3 times, do that. No, man. Look, guys, let's go back to how you were made. When you were, your ancestors, when they were hunting, they only were able to eat 1 or 2 meals a day. That's how your body develops. They didn't have lunch, breakfast, dinner, snacks, all that stuff. Do you think your body changed? No, it didn't. Your body didn't change from 2,000, 200,000 years ago. It's still the same. Your DNA runs the same. With all these foods, what they're doing is they're putting all these preservatives. There's a lot of stuff, and it's just destroying the cells. It's just, the more you eat, the more it raises your these levels of toxins, man. You know that? So look, I'm not telling everyone what to do here. I'm just sharing knowledge. And then take with it what works for you. I'm just showing you the real meaning of how your body works. And once you can understand this and you can do that, you'll take your game to a whole nother level. Right? So my point is, I'm just showing you that there's things that you can do to adjust your life to help your life. And I want to show you a big picture how your body is derived. And you'll find more energy, more health. Everything like that will help you out a lot better. But that's the secret to really manifesting, guys, is to know the body, play with the body, the body's role, find your niche, find what works for you, keep your alignment up, focus on what you want, believe in yourself, expect it without attachment. Boom, you'll get it. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for the donations. Remember, go get the book, Manifested with Winning Lottery through Quantum Physics, Amazon. It should be your blueprint. You could get the paperback version. You get the audio version. You get the ebook, the paperback. Get in your car. Keep it with you. And you will see big changes in your life. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you again.